Hello everyone, welcome back in our today's podcast. In this episode, we will learn about some new vocabulary word and some grammar rule so you can improve your English grammar naturally and have a real conversation about something almost everyone experiences, yes guys. So our topic is knowing when to stay quiet and when you should finally speak. So let's start. So, can I ask you something? Have you ever been in a group conversation where you actually knew the answer, but your brain suddenly said, don't say it, don't say it. You rehearse the sentence, fix the grammar, change one word, change another word, and by the time you are finally ready, someone else says exactly what you wanted to say. Then your brain goes, well, I was going to say that. It's very helpful. So I'm saying, thank you, brain. Seriously. So I will tell you my experience. For the longest time, I thought people who spoke the most were the most confident, and the loudest person in the room must be the smarter, right? But then I started paying attention, and something surprised me. Some of the smartest people I met, they didn't speak first, they listened first. Yes, guys. So one day I was sitting in a discussion. One person answered every question, every single question. Yes, you heard me right. So meanwhile, another person hardly spoke. I honestly thought maybe they don't know much. Then the teacher asked one difficult question. The room became completely silent, and the quiet person looked up, thought for a few seconds, and gave one answer. Not 10 answers, just one. And somehow that one answer made everyone stop and think. That's when I realized there are difference between speaking to be noticed and speaking because you have something valuable to say. Yes, guys. So psychologists often talk about something interesting. Yes, when we are nervous, our brain becomes busy to protecting us. Yes, it asks questions like. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if my English isn't perfect? The funny part is, while we are busy thinking, the conversation has already moved on. Sound familiar, right? So I remember recording one of my first video. I repeated the same introduction again and again and again because I wanted it to be perfect. Then I accidentally deleted the best take. So at first I felt terrible, like, oh shit. Then I laughed because nobody was expecting perfection except me. Yes. That day taught me something. Confidence isn't speaking perfectly. Confidence is speaking even when perfection isn't guaranteed. So there's a beautiful word for that is resilient. A resilient person doesn't avoid mistakes. They recover from them. Yes, guys. If I forget an English word, I don't stop the conversation anymore. I explain it differently. Yes. And continue. That's a resilience. And have you noticed something? Sometimes our biggest critic isn't another person. It's the voice inside our head. Mine used to say, your pronunciation isn't good enough. Don't speak. Wait until you're perfect. And thankfully, I stopped listening to that critic. Because if I had waited to become perfect, I would probably still be waiting today. Yes, guys. So, by the way, did you notice something about the sentence I just used? I said I repeated the introduction. So that's a regular verb. Repeat is repeated. Simple, just add ed. But then I said I forget the word. So it's not forgetted, it's forgot. So that's an irregular verb. Then I said I spoke, not I speak. Again, it's irregular verb. So the funny thing is, native speakers don't stop to think. Hmm, is this regular or irregular? They hear these forms so often that they become natural. So that's exactly how I want you to learn them. Not by memorizing long lists, no, but by noticing them in real conversations. So today we have already used repeat to repeated, forget to forgot, speak to spoke, think to thought. See, you're learning grammar without feeling like you are studying grammar. So then I asked myself something like if staying quiet isn't always bad, then when should we speak? And honestly, the answer completely changed the way I communicate. Yes, guys. I spent a long time believing that staying quiet automatically made me a good listener. But one day I realized something uncomfortable. Yes, sometimes I wasn't listening. I was simply waiting for the conversation to end. Yes, because inside my head, my brain was busy saying, don't make a mistake, don't say something weird, what if your English sounds funny? Meanwhile, the conversation has already moved to another topic. That's when I understand something psychologists talk about. Fear loves silence, and confidence uses silence. Those two look exactly the same from the outside, but inside they are completely different, guys. Yes. So there's another word I love is linger. Linger means to stay longer than necessary. Sometimes criticism lingers, sometimes embarrassment lingers, sometimes one small mistake stays in our head for days. So, have you noticed the person who heard your mistake forget it in 10 seconds? But your brain keeps replaying it like it's a Netflix series. Yes, guys. So I remember one day I mispronounced a word. Immediately, my inner critic woke up and says, "Great, now everyone thinks your English is terrible." Then, something funny happened to me. Nobody reacted. Seriously, nobody reacted, nobody laughed, nobody even noticed. Yes, only my critic was working overtime for absolutely no reason. See, I also made a mistake. So then I asked myself if I wouldn't judge someone else for making that mistake. So why I am judging myself? So that question stayed with me, and honestly, it made me much kinder to myself. So here another beautiful word to relate this situation is resilient. A resilient person isn't someone who never feels nervous. They're someone who speaks even while feeling nervous. So that's a huge difference, guys, seriously. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's moving away. Yes, sometimes the smartest thing you can say is nothing. If someone is angry, listen. If someone is sad, listen. If someone needs advice, listen first. Because people rarely remember the longest speech, they remember how you made them feel. But there's another side of this. If you have an idea, so share it. If you have a question, so ask it. If you don't understand, say, could you explain that again? Because staying silent out of curiosity helps you learn. So, staying silent out of fear only keeps you stuck. Yes, guys. So, you know what changed my English the most? Not learning difficult words and not memorizing hundreds of grammar rules. So I simply started saying one extra sentence instead of answering yes. I said yes, I completely agree because. So instead of no, I said not really, I think. So that's one small habit made conversations longer and my confidence stronger. So, by the way, did you notice something today? I naturally said, I repeated, I forgot, I spoke, I thought. Those weren't random words, they were examples of regular and irregular verbs. Repeat to repeated. We simply add ed, that's regular, but speak to spoke, think to thought, and forget to forgot. Those change completely. That's why they are called irregular verb. And here's the trick, don't memorize the list. Notice them while listening. The more you hear I spoke instead of I speaked, the more natural English becomes. That's exactly how children learn language. Yes, guys. Then I realized something. The goal isn't to become the loudest person in the room. The goal is to become the person whose words have value. And sometimes that means listening, and sometimes that means speaking. Wisdom is knowing the difference, guys. So before we finish, I want you to imagine this. 1 year from now, you walk into the same room with the same people. Will you still let fear answer for you? Or will people finally hear your voice? Because your ideas deserves a chance. And so do you guys. Yes. So here's today's question for you. What's harder for you? Speaking too much or staying quiet because you are afraid? Write just one word in the comments. Overthinking or speaking? I'll read every comment, guys. So before we finish, just take a word tour. Our first word is slouched, meaning sitting or standing with your shoulders bent forward. For example, I walked into the meeting slouched because I lacked confidence. And another one is try not to speak or sit slouched while speaking. The another word is linger, meaning to stay longer than expected. For example, that embarrassing moment lingered in my mind. The another one is the smell of coffee lingered in the room. So, another word is resilient, meaning able to recover quickly after difficulties. For example, she became resilient after facing many challenges. Another example is resilient people keep learning from mistake. So, here we end. So, until our next conversation, remember, guys, your voice doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be honest. So, see you in the next video, guys. Stay tuned with me.